Hey, geeks and gamers, welcome back to another Turbo Zone editorial. Today's my third time doing an editorial. These are fun to do between bigger projects because I get to just talk to you about a topic. And today's topic is fitting because it's for a game that I was not entirely comfortable reviewing because I don't even know how to approach this. I've been a big fan of the studio Media Molecule for a long time. They're primarily known for the Little Big Planet series back on the PlayStation 3, which was, a platformer series, but it was all about creativity and making your own stages. But then they also did Tearaway, which I played on PS4, but that was a Vita game originally, and I really liked Tearaway. So whenever Media Molecule, they took a bit of a break from releasing games for a while, and they were working on Dreams. And whenever Dreams came out, I bought it on the PlayStation 4. And Dreams is interesting because I even hesitate to call Dreams a game. Like, Little Big Planet and Tearaway were all about creativity, but they still had like a single-player game element to them. Dreams is just like a game creation tool on a console. So whenever I got Dreams, back when it came out, I played around with it, mainly like searching what other people have made and what Media Molecule have made, and was impressed by what I saw for the most part. There are a lot of people that are just gonna make and upload like really memey stuff, like Shrek farts at McDonald's, that sort of stuff, but there were some creators that I saw that were actually making like genuine efforts to make like cool games. And I remember one of the earliest ones I saw was a project called Donkey Kong Odyssey by and God, I'll put the name up. I think it's like MJ083665 or something. I don't know. 365. Damn good time. Come on, everybody. Donkey Kong one more time. I'll put the name up. But he made this demo for a project he was working on called Donkey Kong Odyssey. And I played it back when I first played Dreams. And I thought it was really good. It wasn't finished. It was just like a little 3D Donkey Kong platformer. And I saved it to my list. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to keep track of this and play it whenever he's done with it. Well, guess who didn't really play much of Dreams after that? It's mainly because I'm not very good at the creation side of that game. It takes a lot to learn it, and I could sit down and learn it, or I can go play Earth Defense Force, So recently, I've been back on my PlayStation 4 for the first time in a while. I don't really play a lot of PlayStation 4 these days, but I got back on. I was playing some Earth Defense Force. I've been doing that on stream, if you haven't seen. I was playing some Ghost of Tsushima. Really good game. I've been putting that game off for a while. Really good game. But I decided to start fucking around in Dreams randomly. I was like, oh yeah, Dreams. I forgot about this. So I went back in, and I was looking through stuff I had saved, and I saw that Donkey Kong Odyssey project, and I was like, oh man. I wonder how far along he got with this. And I went in and I saw that there was a full release. He had finished it. Now, for context, Donkey Kong Country, the original Super Nintendo classic, is probably my favorite game of all time. It's definitely up there, but it is probably my favorite game of all time. It's a game that's very important to me. I've played it a ton as a child. I love that game to pieces. So, this version that this fan created on PlayStation 4 or 5, I don't know which console he was using, I'm playing it on 4, using Dreams, is one of the coolest adaptations of Donkey Kong Country I have ever seen. And I do call it an adaptation of Donkey Kong Country because basically what he's done here is taken a lot of the ideas that already existed in a game like Country and put them into more of a hallway platformer, something like a Crash Bandicoot. And it works surprisingly well. It's very fun. He got the gameplay down really well, and he does add stuff from other titles, more notably like Country Returns. He adds like Diddy with the jetpack on your back, and some of the more like action-y scenes where DK beats the fuck out of bosses. I guess that's also in Jungle Beat too, but he does add elements from the other games. But a lot of it is mainly Country 1, like the island as Country 1. The area layouts are basically Country 1. The bosses, a lot of them are there are some new ones, but a lot of them, like Dumb Drum and K. Rool on the ship, they're Country 1 stuff. So it is cool to see somebody's take on Country, but in a 3D format. And I'll be honest, this game plays very well. At multiple points playing this game on Dreams, I forgot I was playing Dreams. I just felt like I was playing a Donkey Kong game. Visually, it looks nice. Games in Dreams have a certain visual style that's, you can't really escape that. If you're making something in Dreams, it's gonna look like it's made in Dreams. But I think he did really well with what he was given. I know he had other collaborators work on this too. I did beat this, so I could show the credits at the end, and I'll do that so that everybody gets their credits for this game. So if you're curious who worked on it, I'll show that. But yeah, the physics feel really nice. The locations are really cool. He does some cool stuff with the gameplay. Mainly the fact that it is 3D. You can still bounce on enemies. There's still like some 2D cart sections that are really cool. There's a level in a factory that's like a 3D slide that tripped me up a few times, but it was pretty fun. And he even does the classic K. Rool boss fake out. I was just really impressed by this title. And I didn't want to straight up review it because it's not really a game you can purchase. Yeah, you can buy a copy of Dreams and play it, but if you have Dreams, it's just a free fan-made thing. So I didn't want to go into it doing like a game review, but I definitely wanted to talk about it because it got me thinking of Nintendo and their use of Donkey Kong right now. The last we've seen was Tropical Freeze in I think it was like 2014. I think it was supposed to be 13 and then it was pushed to 14. I bought that game when it came out, and Tropical Freeze is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, I love that game, but they haven't really done much with Donkey Kong ever since. Tropical Freeze got a Switch re-release with Funky Mode. I didn't buy it because I don't think adding Funky Kong makes it worth another purchase. And I think recently they remade the first Mario vs. Donkey Kong, but I wouldn't count that because that's not really a standalone Donkey Kong adventure. It got me thinking of why haven't they done this? Like, why haven't Nintendo made a new 3D Donkey Kong? It seems pretty obvious to me that this is the step they should take. Something like this, maybe not this exactly, but something like this. I was thinking of Kirby on the Switch. Kirby, what was the first one that came out? Kirby Star Allies. I played that, and it was fine, but it was like just another 2D Kirby game, and it was a little bland, and I wasn't that excited for it. And then they did Kirby in the Forgotten Lands, and that game was like a new 3D Kirby, and it worked really, really well, and it got people excited, and I was excited, and I love that game. And that's probably one of my favorite Switch games. So yeah, I was just thinking, like, why haven't they done a 3D Donkey Kong again? Like, we've only seen that once, and that was 64 by Rare, and that was like that's like a collectathon game. Like, they could totally do a DK game in this style, but they just refuse to do anything with Donkey Kong outside of popping him into Mario games right now. So yeah, this game really got me thinking about that. But it is really fun. It is really cool to see what he was able to do in Dreams. Very impressive that he made this in Dreams. Again, if honestly, if this was detached from Dreams, if Donkey Kong Odyssey just came out as like it's pretty short. It takes like maybe like an hour or so to beat. But if this came out as like a little Donkey Kong game on like a storefront, like the Switch eShop or something, it would look totally legit and feel totally legit. So, it'd be something I would definitely pay money to play, because it is a lot of fun. Maybe might need a little more content, but again, this is a fan-made project, so can't really fault him there, right? Fantastic, though. I really liked it. So if you have Dreams laying around for the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, and you haven't dusted that thing off in a while, definitely give this a shot. I've also played around with some other cool projects in Dreams. I was playing around in. Maybe I was thinking maybe at some point down the road I might do like a video talking about different projects I've played in Dreams. Very cool thing. I still hesitate to even call Dreams a game, a thing. Very cool thing. But I love Donkey Kong, and this one really appealed to me. I've seen like Mario and Crash and Sonic and like some original ones, and there's some cool stuff people make in Dreams. So there are a lot of meme-worthy stuff still. I remember I did a stream a couple years ago playing Dreams, and I played like some meme-worthy like Shrek and Waluigi games and stuff like that. And yeah, those are always going to exist because the internet exists. But there are a lot of people that use and play Dreams, that create games, that have a lot of passion for what they create, and can also create some really cool stuff. And this is probably my favorite thing I've played on Dreams up to this date. So, yeah, that was my editorial. I'm not going to go on too long. I am working on a bigger project. Don't know when that's going to come out. Maybe a while before that's ready. But I'll keep pumping out some shorter videos in that time. And yeah, Donkey Kong, DK, Donkey Kong.